Subject is stated we are an organic empire. Subject has no voices. Subject has no souls. Subject is false. Subject fleets will be eliminated. Subject systems will be explored. Hello, and welcome to the Galactic News Network. I'm your host, Bashan, and welcome to Shay's Rebellion 8, Session 5. So a couple of things of note. The Divine Mandates had to leave, so their territory was split between Song of Reverence, Adherents of the Goddess, Cardu Republic down here, the Gidzarak system, some others, as well as the Tuscanian Khanate. I believe these are the Cosmic Cylinder affiliation index. Apparently in one of these systems, which are Song inherited, there is uncolonized habitat. Nope, that's not it. Might not have been Song then, it might have been someone else. Maybe it was one of these ones then, here. I need to go to Do Not Disturb. So yes, let's have a look. Everyone is still at war, right, with the Shard remnants. The Hungry Crisis War. Also, someone pointed out that this exists. The border just gets cut off. The star is at the very far north of the galaxy. You can actually see a line where the border just stops very faintly right here. But yeah, just now that I'm focusing on it, it seems quite obvious, but it is right at the top of the screen and normally you don't look all that far north. What are they currently voting for? Pan-Galactic Recycling Initiatives. Song of Reverence is opposed as a Slug Labor. Ah, yes, because that's deployed from the economy. The pop consumer goods upkeep is nice, but yes, probably don't care for it too much. It's mostly in support, but there's probably enough weight to flip it the other way. And Song of Reverence putting 9 envoys in to Galactic Council. Yeah, we've got 9 envoys. Wow, that's certainly something. What are the others? No envoys in from the Phoenician Holy Kingdom, and Slug Labor is putting 5 envoys in. Adherents of the Goddess of next place, and a fair drop before you get to the Cardu Republic.
Situation log updated.
Slug Labor also has 9 envoys in total. Interesting. Phoenician Holy Kingdom, meanwhile, only has 3. So I do not believe that there is a science cap anymore. People are free to do what they want, mostly. I'm just looking at the fleet numbers here, and interesting. They have an unspent civic point. Yes, they do have quite a frightening fleet. Ooh, that is all battleships as well. Going from null voids and lasers. Interesting. With mixed shield armor. I wonder if that's the auto design. Doesn't seem like it is. Yes, do you have access to the menacing corvettes? Open up. They have gone for executive vigor there. No relics. Yeah, crisis level 3. So we've got access to the destroyers. We've got faster build speed, and we've got def from above. As well as more evasion and disengage chance for the corvettes, menacing corvettes. Next level would be Galactic Nemesis, so we'd unlock the menacing cruiser. Extra, 50% extra ship weapons damage. And an extra 30% destroyer tracking. At the end we get access to the Furious Phasic engine, which is what would destroy the galaxy. Eclipse and Apocalypse, so we get access to the Stellaris, which allows them to get the dark matter to build the Etherophasic engine. The menacing cruisers get extra hull points and 30% less ship upkeep. Shard remnants is reduced to 2 systems. Register styles, yep. So I believe that Dream of Silent Screams just wants to let the Shard Remnants build up the stations, but then they can take them for free without having to spend influence on it. Meanwhile, the Shard Remnant has been is now AI controlled, and in fact, Death, who had previously been playing the Dream of Silent Screams, is no longer able to come, so they have been replaced by Damwon, the former Shard Remnant. Yes. The Shard Remnant is but a remnant of what it once was again. Huh? Okay, that was earlier on? No? Something's going on with Dream of Silent Screams? Ooh? No, never mind. They've just got firing. Oh. So meanwhile, everyone else in the galaxy is technically stuck at war. Yeah, so Tamwin is once again a what's it called? Genocidal empire, which I'm sure is going to be fun for everyone around them. Oh, conspiracy. Now, why would that be? Isn't just low amenities? Yeah. No? Okay. Drop quite quickly. So, let's have a look. There does seem like there might. So there is tensions between the United Cardu Republic and Slug Labor Limited, the Federation member. Because it appears that Slug Labor Limited assassinated the United Cardu Republic's provost. Maybe not. Maybe it was. Anyway, it does seem like they might be attacked soon. From what I heard, it was by the chosen of the goddess that would be the attacking goddess. The Titian Holy Kingdom has created, quote, the Good Neighbor policy, where basically it's just a pledge that not sure. Oh, okay. So they've got a list of protected nations, which are the United Colonies of Man, the Great Stellaris Empire, the Blessed Concord, Alpha Existence, and Heaven's World. And they pledge that in the scenario that a protected nation is attacked by another nation, and intend to be stripping the nation's sovereignty or committing genocide against the protected nation's population. The Peacekeeper Initiative will intervene, both with diplomatic and military force, in order to safeguard the protected nation. Border wars in which populations are not harmed are beyond the scope of this policy, although the Peacekeeper Initiative may still decide to intervene should it deem the war and its outcome may destabilize the southwestern sector of the galaxy. Nations may be added to the policy should all members of the Peacekeeper Initiative agree. Other nations may ask to be added to the list of protected nations, but admission is not guaranteed. Nations may be removed from the policy should all members of the Peacekeeper Initiative agree. Nations likely to remove should they prove themselves to be belligerent or genocidal. Yes, there are quite a few. Quite a bit of
Situation log updated. Situation log updated.
So if we look at, in terms of fleet power, what their side has, they do have all the members, and the tyrannic military front has reconnected their territory again. Although it will be quite difficult to move fleets all the way around. Yes, they are friendly at the moment because they are able to see all the fleet movements of the other side, because they are currently allied in war, which might interfere with declaring their own wars. So I don't see the option for them to declare war. Interesting. So yes, that might be an issue if they want to declare war if it's not an option. So a couple of options they have: either try to remove the Shard Remnant, get the Dream of Silent Screams to remove the Shard Remnant, or if we go to the Senate, they could propose. I mean, there is that too. They could propose to repeal Crisis. However, they currently have the Council's announcement of Slug Labor Limited on the board. So one of the main reasons for that is that they believe that, well, yes, pretty sure that they got a message saying that when they tried to propose becoming the what's it called, custodian, they were vetoed by the Slug Labor Limited, which is why in retaliation they want to denounce them. Also, on that note, the Arcanist of Man, I'm not sure if it's because of that, because of ties between the Song of Reverence, or between the Adherents of the Goddess and Arcanist of Man. But they did raise the possibility of relocating the Galactic market to take it away from Slug Labor Limited. because if we look here, we can see that Slug Labor Limited currently has a Galactic market station, which
Situation log updated.
ooh, I have crashed. Okay, I will be right back. Alright, so we are back. What I was going to check is if Slug Labor Limited was making use of
Situation
their
log
market station.
updated.
I think I will do it from this menu instead. They basically bought and sold the exact same amount of minerals. It's interesting. Yeah, bought a lot of add-ons. Sold some amounts of consumer goods. Sold a lot of herbs and gases and crystals. We're buying 25 consumer goods milk. So that's now making some use of it. What is a lot of branch offices? 33 branch offices. 49 seems to be the highest production. And they're making branch offices 640 energy credits.
Situation log updated.
Compared to 660. That is much closer than it has been. And only 20 branch offices from the Son of Reverence in comparison.
Colony established. Hostile station engaged.
Yes, previously every time I've checked compared the branch office productions between the two nations, Song of Reverence has been up by like 100 energy credits, 200 energy credits per month. But now it is much closer. You have a look for their largest. They've got a few contenders, but it is Serpent's Treasury right now, which is actually number 1. Rapture of the Goddess being number 2. Harmony, I believe, being number 3. So the top 2 positions are both Federation members. I'm guessing that they're the capitals of the Federation members. What? No, it just says urban world rather than capital. Switch over to them. Let's switch over to them. There is a shortcut somewhere that I've forgotten. Here. So it's, yeah, Velicity's Garden, which is a capital. Switch back to Son of Reverence. We see Felicia's Garden is in 4th place instead. Science. Humanity strong? What? Monkeys together being strong? Okay. Science ship just sitting here, I wonder why. Yes, I was going to say, Earth is at nearly 56 energy credits per mole. What's branch office, meanwhile, New Earth is at 4.2. Ooh, it is completely devastated. I wonder what happened there. Apparently, United Colonies of Man is making a lot of dark matter. Ooh. The Arcanist of Man guaranteed someone.
Situation log updated.
Did they? No aggression pact. Independence guaranteed by the Arcanist of Man, and guaranteeing the independence of the Arcanist of Man. So they're guaranteeing each other's independence. Ooh. So even without the gateway, since they do know that this wormhole leads over here to where the other humans are, which would allow the two humans to connect together and reunite. That is an interesting idea. They might have had. It might not be. Ooh. Also, now that I think about it, probably the reason why we didn't notice that the border cuts off here is because last time we didn't even get to see a border. It was just basically empty space. Maybe because the map had to be reloaded and refreshed in some way. As always, we see tensions between the Arcanist of Man and the Australian technocracy. That is nothing new. But we also potentially see tensions between the United Colonists of Man and the Australian technocracy, which would be a new factor. But everyone is allied together in a war against the Shard. Okay, so these have been cleaned up, it's just the system now. I'll switch over to see if it looks like they're planning on taking it immediately. End the war. Requires sending an army up there. I don't really see any armies in the region. Scroll down far enough. We will eventually get there. Armies in Seoul. Oh, they're currently fighting. That's why I couldn't find the army. It's rather close in strength, apparently. Yes, this could spell the end. I don't understand how this could be similar strength, though. There is no way that this many war forms is on the same level as a handful of defensive armies. Like, I doubt we'll see war forms to disengage. Oh, without war forms. They're just anti-killer armies. That would explain it. Yes, it is really blissful. So it does look like it will be going to be in silent screens, which will give them more crisis points as well. So if we look in crisis, one of the things is to destroy empires, which will give them 500 points. They would have also conquered the world, which would have given 750 points. And it will give some pop purging. Yes, everyone's waiting for a time when to finish off the war so they can start throwing wars. This is currently top of the list. Military Readiness Act no longer top. I saw this has come up a fair bit. There's the end of a Shard Remnant. And the Tianqi Conservation Act is last fourth on the list. Third on the list. Military. Some big must have dropped their support of the Military Readiness Act, I guess. Ooh, Slug Labour has put in more of their envoys. Ooh, that's a lot of corporate embassies they have. A lot more than Song of Reverence. So we do actually have a higher base economy as well. And then they're boosting it even further. However, Song of Reverence has a much larger fleet, more pops, less research, but overall still higher weight by a bit over 1k. It is looking like these three will remain as the council leaders though, and less than a bit over half a year before we potentially have the council announcement of Slug Labour Limited. So let's have a look if there's any new wars. Nothing yet. In which case we'll have a look at how. So that has put them quite a bit further up ahead, but
Colony established.
not too much. It has been completely purged. The Australian War of Justice. Oh, okay, so Felicity Children has sent a war document. And actually, this is the document which they have sent, claiming that the Australians have colluded with the Shard and had responsible militaristic actions. So they are basically forcing them to basically forcing them to become a vassal of the Archangel Man. So yes, it does seem to be they are at war. So Archangel Man and United Colonies Man have joined together. Oh, it's the Australian technocracy that declared. With Archangel Man pulling in United Colonies of Man as a defender of the defensive pact. Ooh, it's quite likely. Oh, I've seen still. Like here. Pull up once again. Yeah. So you can see here, it's already at 33% war exhaustion. Ooh, the humans have lost quite a few ships already. Meanwhile, if we have a look at the
situation log
Chosen
updated.
Goddess, they are the ones which are attacking the Australians. And they're claiming to have not done anything with Shard. Again, most of these battles seems to be going very favourably in the Australian technocracy's side. However, it does seem, in terms of ship losses, however, it does seem like they are losing in terms of territory front. They have taken this station. They are moving their fleets across. Yeah, so it's basically the Chosen of the Goddess combined with the humans in this war against the Australian technocracy. So in terms of the Chosen of the Goddess, it's imposed ideology. In terms of human war, if they lose, it's just conquer. So shall we see? First of all, let's see what the Australians have claimed. They have claimed these systems up here. To here, basically cutting the Arcanet somewhat in half. Not quite. If we look down here, they have not claimed any of the Chosen of Goddess space. Specifically these children. Now if we have a look at Archangel Man, we can find the flags. There we go. And have a look at what their claims are. They have claimed most of the space, which I believe is all, maybe not all. Have a look at the other side. What has United Colonies of Man claimed? Do they have any habitats here? They do not. So I believe the Archangel Man has claimed all of the Australians' habitats. Australian does seem to have some humans. I wonder if they have the psionic humans. In terms of fleet movement, so 7k here. To ruin science nexus, right? They're leaving there roughly 17k, 18k up here. They are moving it down though. This is very much losing war for them overall. As time goes on, it will just get harder. Since they're working with more limited resources in terms of income. So if they lose the start, then it's already over. If they win at the start, it's going to be very hard to keep that lead because you're dealing with the economies of 5 different nations compared to 1. War started 2295 compared to 2296. So yes, they declared war on the Archangel Man first. And then the Chosen of the Goddess decided, yeah, we'll aid the humans.
Station under attack.
Oh, and also it appears that there was a agreement for. Let me have a look.
Planetary invasion begun.
Just check. Okay, so. There we go. So territory transfer agreement. This was the document posted by the Venetian Holy Kingdom, but basically detailing how Dream Silence Screams will transfer alloys, gases, crystals, and motes to the Venetian Holy Kingdom. Cosmic Singularity Echelon assisting the transaction. It's due 30 years after the treaty is signed. The Venetian Holy Kingdom to transfer its foreign systems to the Dream of Silent Screams and vacate planets in those territories. Effective upon signing the treaty, the Kingdom will also withdraw its support behind any claims the Arcanist of Earth has to former Shard territory. The Kingdom will not aid the Arcanist of Earth in wars against the Dream of Silent Screams or the Australian Empire unless their people are under the threat of genocide. Interesting. We will go back to the regular view for now. And that was signed by the Venetian Holy Kingdom and Dream Silent Screams. So that's what's going on there. Wasn't really paying attention, but I guess maybe Venetian Holy Kingdom ended up taking a couple of systems here when they were attacking the Shard Remnant, which they returned to Dream Silence Screams. And that is an awkward thing there. It looks like it's connected, but there is quite the gap. Anyway, back to the war. Nothing much has happened since the last time. We've got the transport fleet coming as well. There's the regular fleet on their way. They are all still in one game chat though, interestingly enough. Ooh, there's been a lot. So, the adherents of Goddess. Sorry. The adherents of Goddess also seem to want. This was earlier today, but they announced that they were ready to remove the tyranny's unjust overlord, or their unjust oppression. So also adherents, they are independent. Ooh. Ooh. So that Federation seems to have fallen apart. Slugs played no part in any crimes accused of. It is simply a projection by those who are jealous of our wealth. So apparently the Australian technocracy has a modifier. Diplomatic Corps ridiculed. Maybe. So they are currently voting on the announcement of Slug Labor Limited. Unsurprisingly, Slug Labor Limited is opposed to this. Yes, the council is denouncing one of its own members. Slug Labor Limited didn't really do much in the war against the Shroud, which is, from what I heard last session, one of the reasons why the Tahitian Holy Kingdom is against them. Meanwhile, the bulk of the later fleet battles and engagements were by the Song of Reverence. So they were one of the major victims in a way of it. Yes, just comparing even the largest players with 100,000 military strength compared to being over nearly 2 million of the surrounding continents. Yeah, they don't stand a chance against them yet. Ooh. So yes, so it seems that the United Colonies Man is moving in here. Whether or not they have anything claimed does not matter. They've claimed a couple of systems. Might just be claiming as they go because they do have not much influence. Speaking of, they just created a new claim. But yeah, so if they lose all of their habitats, then the rest of their space is just going to go empty, so they would be free to just pick it up. However, probably want to at least get this system, this system, this system, so that then they can prevent others from sneaking into the space. Where is one? Check. I know where it is on this side, at least. Is it because I don't have vision? Ah, yes. Okay, that makes more sense. So, yeah, they only have low intel there. So moving back to the Australian space. So they're moving defense. Meanwhile, yes, the Velisky's children's fleet has retreated for now. Though it has grown, previously being around 8,000 I believe, it is now being built up to 10,000. Cruisers versus cruisers and battleships. They do have a raider fleet. So head to... Ooh, psychic. There's only a handful of cruisers on their side. More cruisers on the side there as well as 3 battleships. I'm going for just basic strike craft. Guessing that they don't have the mega weapons yet. Yes, we don't have the option for it, so they don't have any mega weapons. They are engaged in combat. Nope, that's just the national economy's fleet moving through. So it is looking like it will be the end of the Australian technocracy. There is currently a sub for the Sub-Label Limited. However, they had previously mentioned that they had an investigation and they determined the course of events that allowed for unauthorized veto. According to internal records, the initial proposal was initially drafted and placed on the legislature at a time coinciding with the absence of multiple high-ranking slug officials. How very convenient. This absence was due to their biannual interstellar assessment visits. During this time, branch officers across many worlds were visited by top slug officials in search of efficiency. During this time, many of their head diplomats were absent from their usual posts, instead subordinates instructed to relay significant developments. However, a particularly ambitious subordinate decided to take matters into their own hands upon receiving words of proposal, using stolen access codes and deliberately disrupting system communications while threatening force to silence their own subordinates. They were able to quietly order a veto. By subsequently manipulating records, they had hoped to pass the blame onto their personal rivals by making it appear as though they had ordered the veto causing a diplomatic incident. They have the specific person in question has been dealt with accordingly, and a formal apology has been issued. They apologize for the significant amount of time this investigation has taken. As a show of good faith, they invite Armstrong to put forward their proposal for custodianship again. While they are personally against it, we firmly believe now stands that the veto would be out of line. Regardless of the outcome, we will accept the result. Earlier on, later on, a couple of hours before the session, there is a fight going on. Nothing significant. Okay, we'll go back to the regular forecast. Yes, the Archon's man is truly displeased with the actions of the Australian technocracy, from sending pirates while they were dealing with Richard to being incredibly deceitful when it came to cooperation. They even tried to mend friendships after they sent pirates towards us, and yet they failed to respond and instead sent a declaration of war. This service cements their place as a blight on galactic politics as a whole. And then followed up with, quote, just in case it wasn't clear with a previous message, if you want my systems, come and get them yourself. There was some talk about the whole mandate situation the system is given to the United Cardi Republics. Ooh, they are getting closer. Ooh, and they are engaging. However, there is technocracy fleet's only a couple of systems away. They haven't engaged yet, and the station is still up. The station is now done.
Hostile fleet engaged.
And they have engaged. Someone apparently has some generative fault issues. Battling the fight in favor of Velocity's children. It seems they were not able to reinforce in time. So they were able to pick off one of the fleet's piecemeal. There's just a raiding fleet in by itself, and there's a couple of small Arcanist fleets. Their main fleet's still up here. Ooh, you have a hot join. Righto. So, in the meantime, we'll go back to what the roleplay was talking about. So renaming some of the planets which they gained off of the Divine Mandate. Also talking about how after a careful investigation, it's been found that elements of the Slug Labor Limited had conspired to assassinate the Provost of the United Cardi Republic, and those elements included hiring mercenaries and poisoning the Provost, which is what led to the dissolution of the Federation. Slug Labor. Let's move it up. I don't even know what you want. So, no wait, that's me. Yeah, so some of our only wants their branch offices and then they'll leave. With Slug Labor saying that we might as well have asked for their soul then. Can I? So they are also at war here, or soon to be at war. Yes they are. Great Sildorian Empire. And we are back. So let's have a look at wars that they've limited. I guess it won't update until we unpause. There we go. Slug War. Quinlan Slug. Which is currently in favour of the attackers. Ooh, yeah, they have already gone fair distance in. Yep, that station is gone. So let's crash. We'll have started the separation terrain chats at least. Crash us out after only just joined. Appear to not want to reinforce. They do have fairly sizable fleets, but they are meeting on this undefended system. several large fleets are here, with the largest fleets being here. So which one in particular? It was Song of Reference that declared it would appear. Seize assets. Yes. War waged to seize control of their branch offices. So, it's a hostile takeover. Basically, both empires have corporate authority. All branch offices on planets whose owners have a commercial pact or federation with Victor are transferred to Victor. If Lisa is part of the federation, branch offices on the other members' planets are kept. They're no longer in a federation. So basically, anyone who has a commercial pact with Song of Reverence
under attack
would have all their branch office, all the Slug Labor Limited branch offices transferred to the Song of Reverence. However, due to the Song of Reverence policy of only one, like the exclusive commercial pacts idea, there won't be many, I expect, whose branch offices would be transferred to the Song of Reverence. Let's see. Go to them. Do you apparently have... I'm guessing here is tip. No. I have a fortress habitat somewhere, apparently there. Yeah. Oh, it's not a habitat, it's a sim world. Okay. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Who does the Song of Reverence have a commercial pact with? Arcanist of Man. Which I think they already have all the branch officers of anyway. Entente of Justice. Great Sildarian Empire. Titian Holy Kingdom. Toscanian Khanate. Tyrannic Military Front, which is probably where most of the branch officers which will take are. United Colonies of Man. Okay, they will be taking New Earth. United Cardu Republic. Interesting. So United Cardu Republic has cut ties with Slug Labor Limited and instead seems to have aligned with Song of Reverence. Now if we have a look at Slug Labor Limited and what branch officers they have, let's see what they would be losing. So we mentioned I assume it's because it had previously been one of the Divine Mandate ones. That shouldn't be possible though. You shouldn't be able to construct a corporate or branch office on another corporate nation. That'll be an interesting interaction with this. We should be able to keep the Lutarian Star Alliance, I believe. Yep. They will lose that probably. Maybe. They might not lose the Song of Reference one. Should be interesting. They will release a Tyrannic military front, so that's those two, which are quite nice. United Cardi Republic itself, which that one's also especially juicy, as is this one down here, and this one. Adherence for Goddess, almost definitely. Yes, because they're in a federation together, they trade federation. I do believe they have an automatic trade commercial pact with them. But maybe not. They will be losing New Earth and Acropolis. Is New Earth recovered? It's mostly recovered. So they'll be losing, I believe, the Entente Justice as well, as I mentioned. Yep. So they'll be losing all of these. The Australian Empire, I believe, is still going to be kept by them. Yep. They'll keep that. They'll lose this one. Keep that. So we'll keep these new ones. They will lose that one, and that one, and that one, that one. Keep this one, lose this one, and lose all of these. So, how many would they keep out of 33? 1, 2, 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They would be keeping 10 of their branch officers. Ooh. So, keep in mind that they're currently gaining 770 NG from their branch officers. I'll check back hopefully before the end of that war. Compared to the Song of Reverence is currently 740. So they've both jumped up by basically 100 energy credits a month. However, now for once, Slug Labor Limited has actually overtaken the adherent, Song of Reverence. So in addition to that, I believe that Slug Labor Limited is also getting some energy credits from corporate buildings on top of it, so an extra 10. Just puts them slightly even further ahead in the lead. That's color of trade value in these systems as well. And nothing super special really. It looks like they are, yes, moving to attack here. How are things going? It seems like it's mostly just for Veliskia's fleets. Our Arcanet fleets have repositioned to be able to defend from the Australians. Look here. Yep, it appears the slug fleets are retreating. And yeah, the nanites do just have open borders, so anyone can travel anywhere of the gates quite freely. So once they get to the system, if they want to, they can go to any other gate system, which is like mostly Dream of Silent Screams. Oh, they have Dream of Silent Screams. It appears has defeated another one of the Marauder bases. I was going to say with the help of the Song of Reverence, but it appears fleets are just sitting there instead. Actually, hoping there. Presumably, I was going to say because of war. However, it's not like they're really doing anything with a war that they declared for their own benefit, instead relying entirely on their allies. Oh no, they do have some reverence fleets here. Never mind, yeah. It's just that they have a lot of fleets, apparently. And a lot of different ship designs. Got a couple of different classes of destroyers and corvettes. I wonder if stream side, they are almost at level 4. 1,500 roughly. Menace more, perhaps. I was wondering if yeah, because it would be encountering ships destroyed and stuff like that, and destroying any star bases. Never mind, not star bases. Maybe, nope. Maybe conquering worlds. I doubt it though. With the stations, the mortar stations. But it would be ships, I believe, which would still increase the menace. Anyway, back to wars. I've gained control over Realgate. Minor issues, really. Yeah, they just have army fleet moving around, taking planets, presumably. There's not really much defense. I wonder where they're sending their armies. Maybe just hiding them? They do have a small fleet here. Oh! No, they're going for Song of Reverence territory.
Enemy troops landing.
Well, they would have to make their way through here though to actually take anything meaningful, which they're not going to really be able to do with that fleet by itself, and that fleet is cut off from the rest of their fleets. So, what are their plans, I wonder? Oh, it's not going anywhere. Okay, so they're grouping most of their fleets here. Unable to go through Realgate. That's just a gateway. I wonder if anyone has started. Not putting any more mega structures is what I was going to ask. If anyone was going to, I would guess to these trainings, but they are a bit preoccupied at the moment. They do have their own science nexus, but it is only that. While at war. Ooh. We're coming down to, yep, final year, and it does look like it will be Slug Labor Limited will be denounced by the very members of the council which they do seem to be backing the Slug Labor. The Australians seem to be backing Slug Labor in terms of relocating the market. However, they are in support of denouncing. Interesting. And we are proposing sanctions. Yes. So currently, denouncing would only be the minus 20%, 25% diplo rate, which all in all isn't that much of an issue considering how much of their weight is actually coming from the modifier. I think basically doubling their weight, so it would just be effectively a 12% cut in their overall diplo weight. because of how paradox math works. In any case, but if they bring up the sanctions, then it would also include the effects of the sanctions, which it doesn't say what they are. I thought it was supposed to be more clear. Someone wants to repeat which other corrects are. AI, possibly. 5-year plans. Pure buzzwords. The alpha existence, but they might not have looked for quite a while. And I think they might be the only ones voting for it. Yes, they are. Yes, type of Solus is interesting choice. Starian Empire. They were. Cheers, they're not. Okay, interesting that they would be ones to propose type Solus. It might be yeah, others might be voting it up so that it won't be more sanctions for slugs, and some others will be voting it up for the actual effects which it has. Yeah, there's also the Tianqi Conservation Act, which has been backed by adherents of the goddess, Slug Labor Limited. So we can work together on some things. Not okay. Song of Reverence and Veliscius Children. So all of the chosen of the goddess, as well as United Colonies of Man and Blessed Concord and Slug Labor Limited are voting for it. Typhus Solus, Slug Labor Limited is voting for it, as is adherents of the goddess, Veliscius Children, but not the Song of Reverence. Possibly because they prefer to have other resolutions at the top. Just switch over to them. They are not currently abstaining, but they will probably change once they actually have to do something about it, once it comes to the table. Now they're currently just chasing down the slug fleet. Okay, let's just take the station. Moving back to the Australians. No battle seems to have been fought, I believe. However, they have pushed, taken control again of all their systems and pushed back. And in fact, United Colonies of Man has made their way all the way to the wormhole, which allows them, I believe, yes, to join up their fleets together. So individually, the Australian might have been able to beat the Artemis of Man. However, together with the United Colonies of Man fleets, that is, yes, too much for them. Equivalent fleet power of the Artemis of Man, however, the United Colonies of Man are inferior. United Colonies of Man is led by a rock. In any case, together though, equivalent plus and inferior is most likely enough to take them down. If we look at the actual fleet power which they have involved here, 22.9k versus 23.9k, so already ahead, plus an additional 12.7k. But yes, fighting between some of the lower power empires. Yeah, One thing which doesn't annoy me with power though is that it doesn't include alloy production for some reason. Alloy production being one of the most important things to determine relative strength between nations in terms of economic base, at least in my own opinion. Someone is trying to capitalize on dark matter monopoly. Ooh, making 7 dark matter more. They've been making it since the first session apparently. Wow. How exactly would I sell you my soul? Yes, it's hard to read what they're saying with overlay on top. I probably should have thought about that, but oh well. It is what it is. It's convenient for me over there most of the time when I'm actually talking. I suppose I could just go to an empty channel. There we go, that will make the overlay much easier. Yeah, so Song of Reverence calls it a war of responsibility for the hostile takeover. There are a couple more wars on the horizon in the immediate future. Never mind, it seems to have already happened. Yes, it is already at war. The Echelon Incarnate War, with the Echelons calling it the quote Tuscanian Incarnate War of Protection. In other news, the Dream of Silent Screams has made a war document talking about the attack against the Arcanist of Man. It will be fought in space only and it will be for humiliation. But I have to say, this doesn't look like humiliation. Oh, okay. Because quote, subject has levied repeated insults against Sleeper. Subject has expressed delusions of superiority against Sleeper. Response query: war. Subject will be subjected. Subject will be subjected to a brief war of humiliation. All combat will be kept in space only. Dream will not be advanced. Performance shard systems and the system of Cybrex Alpha will be ceded to Sleeper.
Planetary invasion begun.
So, overall, that just means these two systems and Cybrex Alpha. And yes, Arcanist Man can't really do anything about that, so they will probably just press on with their war against the Australian technocracy. With the Veliscus children just sitting here, not really doing anything else. They have any other fleets? Nope, that is their only fleet. And they're not, don't seem to be building fleets. They do have small alloy gain and only 1k alloys in the stockpile. We have a look at Australian technocracy, only 57 alloys and no alloys in the stockpile. Arcanist Man, alloy deficit because their ships are consuming it all and they are running low on alloys, so they will probably need to be buying alloys in bulk off the market soon, unless they start doing monthly trade. But they will, yes, they are basically double their naval capacity, so they will probably want to fight for the navy soon. Just to get, so they can overwhelm the Australian fleet as quickly as possible to get war over quicker so that the economy takes less of a hit, as well as to lose some of their own ships so that they don't have to pay as much. Dear. Nice. So, in terms of actually what happens, there is no effect for status quo of a hostile takeover. So, I don't think you can actually force it on a player then. Actually, I don't know, it feels like an oversight. So yes, the slugs are basically being beaten into the ground again. And then... Ooh. What happened to the fleets up here? Did they perhaps get pulled back to deal with this small threat? In which case they might have bought themselves some more time. But yes, so... Not bad. So they have been denounced. So, there isn't actually... I mean, if a couple of extra nations support it, then it would be top. But I was going to say there isn't too much support, since considering how far down the list it is. To relocate for Galactic market, it is in the lower half, although just barely. Next, it does appear to be Tide of the Soulless. That will be selected. With an election soon, it would appear that it won't be enough to kick the slugs out of the council. There were talks at one point of actually changing the council size of 2 to exclude the slugs. The Song of Reverence is very low on naval capacity. That doesn't seem right. It's rated fleet. Oh. Did they actually lose most of their fleets in engagement? These aren't damaged though. So it doesn't appear to be. Have lost a lot more ships than overall, possibly from taking on stations though, as opposed to the defenders who didn't need to do any of that. So have lost a lot more attrition comparatively, and a lot more from occupation too. So yes, slug labor should be getting pop-ups. Oh, no, yes, no. There's some reverence with its pop-up. Yes. They will be forced to make peace in a year, roughly. So being at 100 war exhaustion for about a year. Let's go back to the Australian war. They are just sitting there. Adjacent systems. Looks like they might be preparing for their engagement. Meanwhile, restraints just sitting on their starbase.
Situation log
what actually-
updated.
Oh, something got built. They're switching to hangar bays with a hyperlane. Going for a disruption field generator once, but that probably won't be built in time. No defense platforms, but that's alright, considering that they seem to be rushing the station build up. Thalassocracy spawned, and they're lacking resources to upgrade it. Doesn't seem to be a very friendly shroud for Bliss Concord. Cosmic Singularity Echelon and Heaven's Ward are really just hugging each other, aren't they? These are horrible borders. Yes, so Cosmic Singularity Echelon is protecting Tuscany and Carnet from themselves, which is why they're taking all of their space. Yes, definitely. Ooh, there's a Concord. That might have been there before, actually. So if we have a look during the silent screams, what are they up to? Yes, returning back to their space, it seems. They're just content to have Cybrex Alpha. And I do wonder, it probably isn't enough. Yes, they don't quite have enough. But they are getting closer. They are slightly higher menace than they were before. They are getting closer to level 4. If we go back to the Arcanist of Man. No orders for that fleet. No orders for this fleet. No orders for these fleets either. They have resolved their alloy issues slightly, it seems. But they aren't really gaining anything. While they just sit here waiting. I wonder, are they waiting for United Colonies of Man to do something, perhaps? It would appear not. They are waiting for Liskia's children, it would seem. Yes. So in this situation, you might have to consider attacking. Ooh, yeah, don't quite have enough to really consider trying to break them as quickly as possible and then returning to your own system.
Situation log updated.
Would be something to consider. Trying to the station probably isn't strong enough. Maybe in 40 days? But unlikely. And council election imminent. It doesn't appear like there will be any changes, but we will be back to that later. Ooh, and they are out of minerals by quite a bit. Which will give them less alloys, less consumer goods, less proper assembly speed too. And Lithoids won't be happy. Or grow fast. Actually, let's have a look. Do they have any Lithoids? They do not, so that's fine, but their robots will be slower to assemble. And here comes a fight. You also have fleets from behind. So this is probably going to be it for Australian fleets here. No one's engaged yet, but it's a matter of time. So you get surrounded from both sides. which fleet will be engaged on first and suffer the brunt of the attack. It would appear that it's Veliski's children. However, both sides have now joined the fight. That is it. There goes their fleet. And United Colonies of Man is offering to make Gaia planets for people. So, if we have a look at the Australians, they have brought up some minerals, and they are at 100% war exhaustion, so in 2 years they will be able to be forced to give up all their land, potentially. And what was said about slug labour was incorrect, apparently. They've won every battle they've fought. Supposedly. Ooh. Here's the Tessalocracy as mentioned. So that's 27k fleet in slug labour limited space. Will probably cause some issues in future. 109 corvettes. What kind of corvettes? At least that's what it said in the... That definitely looks like a corvette symbol there, but this does not look like an entirely corvette fleet. According to that, yeah, there are. So the sleeps are just lasers and plasma, heavy shields. Cruisers are missiles and disruptors, with some plasma and railguns. Again, heavy shields. And the corvettes are railgun, plasma, and disruptor. Again, with heavy shields. By heavy shields, I mean heavy emphasis on shields. Anything else?
Situation log updated.
Adherents have got it, so just got their fleets here. Song of Reverence. Where are your fleets? Got a couple of fleets here. So there is another fight happening, but it is just with the remnants of the Australian fleet. Since they're a small nation, they don't have much defensive depth, which means that they don't really have anywhere to escape to with their fleeing fleets. Which means that they were just caught out immediately and demolished. And really, I can't imagine false accusations actually working. Just remembering history and yep, all the false accusations and forgeries there. if you look at EU4 or Crusader Kings, you can definitely see all the like, fabricating of claims there. Yes, the Arcanet does not seem to have really done anything to cover any of their territory. Both sides are at 100%, so 700 days until Restranians could try to cheese out status quo. So 700 days for the humans to conquer the systems. Session, and it is for type of source. So, Song of Reverence are just abstaining. Okay. You'd think since they are, I believe they are a, Gospel of Masses, they would want spiritual self-extraction, well, because that gives them more profit. In any case, let's have a look at the current branch office. 790. Ooh, I'm giving 125. Some treasury giving 111. You know, slug labor. It's going for has 811. But only 2 above 50, it appears. So again, 2 machines, they do appear to be communicating, saying to check DMs. And they do appear to be hunting. Nope. This is just some slug labor's point of view. So, let's see. Should we go from the Australian's point of view? They've just got their weakened fleet here, and then you have 8 remaining planets / habitats. And then you have 5 habitats for Voidborn? Really? Or rather Void Dwellers?
Enemy troops landing.
tonals. So that would be Adherence of Goddess, I do believe. So now fully psychic.
Situation log updated.
Federation XP. Oh! Yes, so the Adherents of Goddess were able to put in enough envoys to secure the council position. Seems like they would have just sneaked in. Because the 40% swing between having an extra 20% and losing it, and gaining it at 20%, they are quite close together. The Vetetian Holy Kingdom has overtaken the Song of Reverence as #1 Galactic Council member. Yeah. So Slug Labor has been kicked out of the council with their denouncement, playing a large role, it seems. Enough to actually make an effect. Have a look here. Seems, yep, the last of their fleets are probably gone with that. Oh, no, their fleets are just barely hanging on. A bit less than 2k. Whereas their capital is under siege. With troops in orbit. So 127, but not enough to attack yet. So the Australians are mostly hoping to hold out for as long as possible, to at least keep Rose. Any system which they've got unoccupied planets in will remain theirs if they're able to hold on for the next switch for the next 400 days. No, okay. Okay, seems what remains of their fleet has retreated here. Not much hope of actually really taking the station, maybe? These are the only two fleets left. And the assault is on... Nope, never mind. They were able to drive back the assault army, it appears. So yes, it seems like they've retreated here, although it looks like they've lost a few. That's where most of the assault army is going to be coming from. So we can just switch over to Night Colony's man. We can see that they are headed towards Rose system, which is now down to a single ship. At least we're getting alloys, but they don't really have anywhere they can really build up their fleets. In fact, they don't appear to have any shipyards at all, or actually any stations for that matter. So that is all of their fleets gone. Their only hope now really is building up assault armies on some of those planets and holding out for a year or so. Meanwhile, the Arcanet really needs to try to finish this off as quickly as possible. Yes, less than a year to take 5 planets in this system. We need to take all of them, otherwise they will not get the system. They will take this system. They won't take this system or this system. They will take this one. Yes. First, got Capella. Capella is in the capital. So most of it appears to just be in the capital. Oh, and we've got the Lucia's children. Armies helping. Up to about 1.4k. This is not quite 1k. So there will definitely need the extra 500 here. Probably bombarding the station, which they are. They are going with indiscriminate bombardments. However, since they do already have assault armies in place, they are making new assault armies which will help defend the planet. Although they are very low on minerals, so they won't really be able to really produce more or really upkeep. Actually, I think upkeep is energy, not minerals, but building them is minerals. So yeah, it doesn't appear to actually affect armies to have the minerals. they will buy minerals anyway. But yeah, so it's just battle against time really. Basically any day now, as soon as the Arcanist Man finishes occupying all their planets, they will be able to status quo them and knock them out. Oh. They might be surrendering.
Enemy troops landing.
They might not be though. Might hope to survive for another session and get some allies to recover them. The adherents of the goddess are learning wormhole travel. That was an hour and a quarter ago though, so they almost definitely have it.
Enemy troops landing.
Yes, do have troops landing in strongest. Oh, maybe it's Palace. It is Palace. It's Carlo Fazio, the hero that took the Shard Capital. And we have Kryto rejoining, so I will put a break in here. And we have returned. So I do believe the adherents of Gladys will have, yes, wormhole travel and gateway travel even. Ooh. So I wonder, they do not appear, they also haven't actually explored their own wormhole, despite getting wormhole tech a while ago. Yeah. Are the science ships doing anything? No, they are paused. And they are out of sync again. That is a lot of science ships, all doing nothing. In terms of gateways, just have a quick look to see if anyone has actually built any gateways. Actually, I would be able to see by clicking on where it would take me, and it doesn't. Which means that there aren't any gateways completed yet. How much longer do they have? 42 days. So Australia will get out of this without losing too much, it would appear. So if we have a look, it would appear that they were hoping to take all their like planets, knock them out, and then be able to just build the systems for less influence cost. But it would appear that will not be happening. So if we have a look at the current claims, there are a few systems which won't be taken, which include some of their planets, and some of the extra space which they have. If we go to the other side, and yep, there is the peace deal for status quo. Ooh. And did they peace out? And did not. But they have now. Nothing really appears to have happened in chat. So let's move our attention over to this slug fleet. Oh, they only have actually. Didn't realize that they had so few planets. Makes sense though, being a maker corps to be mostly branch officers. Still, half of their planets have been taken. R&D Prime has not been though. And that's producing a lot of alloys and science. However, it is cutting into their strategic goods and energy. However, they do have plenty of energy to spare, so it's not like taking that would really help them in any way. The forge. So these are the two colonies here. Forge and revenue. The upland system. So the forge is producing some alloys. Revenue is producing some minerals. Most of the rest, I'm guessing, are coming from corporate buildings, yes. So Solis is coming up soon. Perhaps for some reverence feeling that they don't really need to support it, since it's already going to be in position to be passed. Military Readiness Act is going to be the next one on the Senate floor. And 270 days until the slugs can enforce peace, compared until the Song of Reverence can enforce peace. Meanwhile, the Song of Reverence, the slugs can enforce. Ooh, right now. It can force status quo. Surprised I haven't already. It's not like the status quo will actually do anything. And both sides are in a position where they can... No. That's odd. So it's possible for slugs to force peace on them, but it shouldn't be possible for them to force peace on slugs for another year? 200 days? Same day? Dream of Silent Screams, excuse me? Why are your fleets here? Going through your gates? Okay. I wonder where you came from though to be over here.
Colony established.
Dream of Silent Screams is still establishing new colonies. Dear. Let's see if there's anything new in chat. Nope, still nothing. You're streaming this in their own game rainbow. And they are. I mean, they do have most of their planets still. And they are just sending a small fleet to clean up the borders. Presumably letting them keep Cyrex Alpha. If we go over to Silent Screams, I wonder what they have been up to. They are level 4 now. No one has opened the gateway yet. I wonder how many people have gateway technology though. However, the adherents of Goddess don't actually have a ruined gateway in this space. So if someone who does have a ruined gateway in this space, are they able to load? No, it does not appear. So, what about the Dream of Silent Screams? Go over to one of their many gateways. No, appears not. How about Song of Reverence? They are also not able to build their gateway. United Colonies of Man, perhaps? Yeah, not. Still not able to open their gateway. Who else has a gateway? Or a ruined gateway? I wonder why that systems by itself is just a small amount of shardlings, okay. Cosmic Singularity. Let's have a look at their gateway. They are able to. They just decided not to, apparently. Or perhaps not yet. Or, well, to be fair, it had previously been Carnet space, so that might be part of the reason why. Might still be dealing with how to protect the Carnates, yes. What else? Guessing that doesn't mean that. Oh. Not many. No, they do have. United Card. Do you have?
Updated.
this gateway, but they have been low on. I say they have been low on research. They are up to 2k. I don't know how everyone else compares on that front. The turning also unable to build the gateway. Stream we've already established is unable to. Streams don't have one. So I believe that is the whole galaxy. Yes. I don't think I checked Heaven's Ward actually.
Situation log updated.
And they are unable to. Okay, so only one person with a gateway is actually able to repair it so far. Ooh, actually,
Situation
just to
log
be sure,
updated.
let's check this one. Nope. Okay. So yes, only one person, only the Cosmic Singularity Echelon is able to actually repair a ruined gateway. Let's see. Oh, instead it seems to have been given to United Kaldu Republic. Interesting. I doubt it was a war, so it would have had to have been given away to them. It's going right. Wondering how everyone's doing on research. 1k. Also 1k. Also 1k.
Situation log
Also 1k
updated.
range. 1k range. 1k. 1k. 1k.
Situation log updated.
2k. But
Situation
also
log updated.
out of consumer goods. And a relatively large deficit of energy credits. 580. Ooh, they are not doing too well on the tech level. Okay, 95. At least doing better on the tech level. In fact, even ahead of someone else who has 1k. 828.
Situation log updated.
431. 895. 366. Ooh. Double the tech level in the astronomers. Now down to 300 and 800 there. Early production. Metal alloys are 500. That's a nice margin. 300. That's also doing quite well. 400 there.
Situation log
400
updated.
again.
Situation log updated.
200. 200. 200. Basically 200.
Situation log
Negative 10. Are they selling? Good, they're not. They are just very much over their naval capacity. 150.
Situation log updated.
So yeah, some of the top players, well, top most powerful, have a lot of alloy production. So range of 200 for most of them, before dropping down to 100s and less. This one did. We have a look. They still have all their branch offices, yes. Yeah, so it would appear that it would appear that there's basically no reasons to try to do a hostile takeover in an MP. I mean, unless you've got raiding. It's called nihilistic acquisition. Then you could technically do it just steal pops. And if the opponent decides to surrender, then you get all of their, or a lot of their branch officers, so it's a win-win. Nice colonies man have obtained the head of Zarkland. They have a lot of relics. Ooh, should switch. Ooh, small Fallen Empire fleet. Interesting. Yeah, some spiritual self extraction. I'm sure that the Song of Reverence would want them to activate that a lot. Miniature Galaxy, so extra tech. Oh. Actually, it's quite a nice one to have tech progress in a random category, especially since they were behind on tech for a while. And Thorian Pox sample, yes, enabling the Pox orbital bombardment stand. I'm sure nothing will ever go wrong with the humans having that. Anyway. Deneb itself gives 10 trade value? Interesting. Hmm. There is another hour. So concession. Hmm. Declaration of a Slug Tyranny War. Oh. Turrets have got us. We're able to take some systems? Don't know how that worked, but yeah, there's no status quo effect. Not even, like, some of the wiki it says for hostile takeover, no status quo effect compared to others where it would be each side keeps all systems they have occupied if they have claims on them. Oh well. If they're planning on retaking this space. Nope. I was going to say we were paused, but we are not. Ooh. We cannot play on fast. And okay, the systems have been given over to United Colonies of Man. Except from Thea. Which shall remain Estronian, technically. And this small pocket here. Okay, so Dream has taken this system. Nominate Custodian, Song of Reverence. Ooh, so it is on the table now. with any alpha existence in opposition. Slug Labor is abstaining, probably busy with something. I wonder, could they technically declare war in order to create debris with this fallen Empire fleet for their friends to research, to then build ships like that again, and then run them into United Colonies of Man to give the research back to them? It is interesting though how they've got the miniature galaxy for the extra tech progress and random tech, and the head of Zarklan, giving them 2 quite advanced tech stuff. Then you have 4 shipyards in their entire nation, apparently. Well, I mean, I guess they can just spawn in a fleet immediately. Evolutionary Master and World Shapers, right? Gaia Worlds, Tundra. Oh, that's going to be their second gateway to allow them to. Oh, it's down there. It's further away from their capital than I thought. But they are friends with the Phoetician Holy Kingdom, and actually, I believe they are within the Phoetician Holy Kingdom's protection pledge. Even. But at least it will allow for quick transit between these 2 systems. And it's the adherents of a goddess actually own this system. This connection system here. It's interesting. Yeah, so because it's having to go all the way around here to get to the gateway, to be able to jump to this side of the galaxy, it is probably quicker for them to, well, will be quicker for them. Anyway. Oh, Dream Sign screens. That's going to be fun for them. And they only have it as a Starhold. I would be upgrading that if I was them as quickly as I could. Yeah, so in future, once they have made their gateway. Someone has opened a gateway. Nice. Yeah, so they will be able to probably bring their fleets from their capital down to here quicker, and then just teleport to gateway to here, and then wormhole. Actually, never mind. It will just be quicker to gateway to here, wouldn't it? Dear. Anyway. Nothing much going on. Who has the most pop? That would be Cosmic Singularity Echelon. The largest fleet would appear to go to the Dream of Silent Screams, yep. And the most power goes to the Phoetician Holy Kingdom. So actually, let's have a look at the... Yeah, losing a lot, but 836 for their branch officers compared to 9:56. So, Song of Reverence has pulled into lead again. Now the Colonies of Man will be led by Dwayne Johnson. Oh, why? I will just move on to the opposite side of the galaxy now. No. Oh dear. Hmm. I kind of want to see who has the most energy production. Oh. 2K.
Situation log updated.
2.9k.
Situation log updated.
So 2.9k seems to be the most energy production. But I believe 900 is the largest profit so far.
Situation log updated.
A lot of people running an energy deficit.
Situation log updated. Situation log updated. Situation log updated.
So yeah, 900 is the largest profit, and 2.9k is the largest production for energy. Let's see. Senators in session. Still voting for that. Yeah, mostly in favor of Song of Reverence. So Titian Holy Kingdom is actually backing them, rather than becoming custodian themselves. Got the adherents of Goddess being Federation members, United Colonies of Man and Arcanist of Man being obviously friends with him. Blessed Concord and Heaven's Ward. So Blessed Concord definitely within the Titian sphere. Heaven's Ward, not entirely sure, but let's have a look at them. Okay, I can't do it on that one. So, yeah, they are spiritualist, and I believe they have to. Do not appear to have a commercial pact with Song of Reverence. They do not. Okay. Either perhaps are inward perfection. And I'm guessing then that they are isolationists, yes. Okay, but they are still voting. That's interesting. Not sure what that's for. And yep, the Tyrannic Confederation is in favour of the Song of Reverence, being in particular in favour of Chosen of the Goddess for her removing their overlord. I wonder what this labour fleet movement is about. Perhaps. Doesn't seem to be anything really special about that station. But that is a lot of battleships. And should future war break out, will probably help them quite a bit. Though the Prince of Goddess do have battleships of their own. I kind of wonder how much Empire Scroll we have. 780 Empire Scroll during the standard streams. Wonder if they are actually filling out these systems here. Yes, they are no longer at war. They have Cyberx Alpha, and Arcanist Man has their station back. So surprisingly reasonable for a determined exterminator that's planning on destroying the galaxy. I mean, what? I'm going for machine rounds. Okay, well, I will be right back. And back, nothing much really appears to have changed. Nothing else going on in text channels. Alpha Existence and the Feticians and Sons of Justice are in a call together there. So, wondering what's going on there. No wars are ongoing. Oh, and they're sitting on a lot of strategic goods there. And a lot of stations to be able to defend all their borders. One year left before custodianship. And the slugs are now the only opponents. It had previously been someone else from memory. Funnily enough, I do believe the Australians. Where are the Australians? Did perhaps the Australians leave the...
Situation log updated.
Yeah, they left the community. Pretty sure they had been in the community. So two robots actually here, now that I think about it. Peacekeepers at the top. Oh, Feticians of the Peacekeepers on top. Wonder... Federation President is currently the Feticians. What are their laws regarding that? It's rotation? Okay. Do they have any fleets? They do not. Interesting choice. What chosen about this? Also have no fleets, but they have the capacity for it. That doesn't sound right. I'm pretty sure that they had fleets. Who's current president? It is currently the Song of Reverence. And they are also rotation. They could change it to challenge and go for the money one, which would give them all benefits. But oh well. Give them all benefits to trade and stuff. Ooh, 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 that's a lot of Diplo weight. Doubling the second place and third place. So yeah, a bit less than doubling, but second and third place together are required to equal them. Ooh, they are supremacist. Military Readiness Act will be next, supposedly. Which would require that everyone has at least half of their naval capacity, or they will be in breach of galactic law, which will have no effect yet, until they actually pass some sanctions. Unless, have they? No, they don't, okay. Neurophono mandates home mode is becoming a Gaia world called New Paradise. Interesting. So that was, let's see, here. I believe it is in the Adherents of Goddess. Gorge hasn't been renamed yet. It's got 1 district. So yeah, 3 maximum districts. So if you look in here, the Void Devastation, which will take 1,000 energy credits. It is a Gaia world with a lot of -10s. So if we have a look at the actual pops, they still have 100% habitability because it's Gaia world. Okay. Huh. Interesting. That one. Maybe this one? Nope.
Situation log updated.
Here we go. This is one being terraformed. Iden, yeah. Oh. Surprised I didn't think of that before.
Situation log updated.
We're down to 31 habitats. It seems that they lost their not habitats, branch offices. It seems that they lost their branch office in Song of Reverence space. So unless we see a big swing here, this will be the Song of Reverence, the custodian.
Situation log updated.
There is a new document. Is the sun? Oh, okay. I need to open this. Let's see. Let's get on to the studio. Here we go. Sun comes. Subject is stated to be an organic empire. Subject has no voices. Subject has no souls. Subject is false. Subject fleets will be eliminated. Subject systems will be explored, catalogued and claimed by Sleeper. The secret will be uncovered. Yes, so we have a new custodian. Which now gives them access to the custodian resolutions. So extending, removing, ending the reforms and the institutions. Yeah, there would probably be several people in favour of having a galactic defence force. The Physician Holy Kingdom, for one, would probably be very interested in that. Probably no interest from BCAP for the introduction of the Galactic Standard. Nor this. Nor this. So, ignoring the galactic reforms and instead of focusing on galactic institutions, they would probably be interested in having extra trade, extra 10% trade value. This one, they might not like the monthly energy credit cost. Who knows about Galactic? Probably not. We might do it for VRP. Let's see. No new resolutions proposed, maybe not enough influence. Although gaining an extra 5 from being the custodian now. So if we hover over it, might tell us, maybe. It does not, but it does give you an extra 5 influence to be able to propose all the new resolutions and emergency measures and all. Yeah. Also allowing you to freeze resolutions, which prevent it from being used to the Senate floor for a decade. Not quite a decade. Several years in any case. Half a decade maybe? Yeah, so this is a new term limit. There's currently no Galactic Defense Force and no focus. So as a custodian they will have access to being able to select a galactic focus. We are getting close to when the endgame can spawn. They have not. Oh, they are at war. Yes. Interesting. They didn't come through terminal egress. Just close all the roads. Got a mothership and cruisers against battleships. So it says that it has like 70k fleet power or even 45k fleet power there, but that just got melted. I was not expecting it to be about one-sided, considering like how much it claimed to be different. But yeah, so I'm guessing that they just went exploring with their ships until the nanites, until they got to the system which revealed nanites, I think. And at which point they turned hostile.
Science ship under attack.
Despite not technically being at war, I do believe. Yeah. It claims that it's 70k fleet power against 25k fleet power, but don't believe it. I wonder if they have an ascension perk which helps. They do not. And these are just battleships, not even anything super special. None of their special, whatever they're called. What are they? The menacing ships. But yeah, so they do have mega cannons, but just first tier and neutron launchers against the Desanum consonants. Their fleets are all made up of motherships and cruisers. They just have a lot of fleets just sitting there, basically. But if we just have a look, so mothership has energy arc and nanite fighters. Going with energy sphere, so less shield damage. Okay, so that explains why. Oh, that has shield penetration. That's this. Yeah. And relatively even on shield versus armor. And if we have a look at their cruisers, more nanite fighters and more energy spheres. So I wonder if there more fleets on their way. Appears that they are recovering from the last time trying to get in, maybe. So we move over to here. You can see that they do have multiple fleets here, so it might have been too much for them to handle at once. Maybe. Less disengagement chance as well. I think this would be the perfect system to be the secret system, considering it's very north of the galaxy. They seem to be sending another single fleet in, which will inevitably crumble to the might of a small fleet. Ah, he's got an engineer. It's the what's it called? It's the admiral, which is why they're able to repair. I'm pretty sure that they do not have. Yeah, they've got shield capacitors. It's supposed to generative hull, and that is a lot of ships being built. Menacing, battleship, menacing, and colony ship. In a way, they are somewhat farming some more ships, destroying enemy ships, which will give them a bit more a menace. Not much though. Just to be safe, I'll move away from the crisis screen. What do we build here? More fighting here. Probably. Yep, there we go. Saw someone retreat. Ooh. Since the fighters remain, does that mean everyone died? Okay. Actually, yeah, there we go. So yeah, okay, I guess they must have lost enough ships, but they actually lost the fight, or it might have just been some bad rolls. So yes, if we have a look at the fleet power, if they were a normal empire, this would be 220k against 1.2 million. They have been brought down quite a lot. They had previously been at 1.7 million. I wonder, I don't know all the details about the nanites, but they might not build more fleets. It might be that they only rebuild fleets after a certain amount of time has passed without any attack or something. Ooh, the Entente Alliance is attacking the United Cardu Republic. Okay. So okay, there's actually a couple of wars, it seems. So there's war declaration on the Wasegi Guardians. Oh, the Fallen Empire. That's some petition. Oh. Yeah, so Wasegi Guardians. Meanwhile, this war is the Echelon Cardu War of Slander and Broken Trust, for the act of violating a transition of territory agreement made between Interface Listens to Endless Cosmos and Provost Xanathos Mesphia, prior to the latter leader's death at the hands of enemies of democracy. Put this down.
Colony established.
Here is the war declaration against the Cardu Republic. So the Echelon will want to receive the two other systems. The upper two systems are usually part of the blood price for mandate, and one other is retribution for the additional slander against Echelon. So existing systems. Additional systems will be taken if terms not met upon conquest of the previously named systems, up to including Gidsarak, should Vikadu attempt to delay too much in this regard. If Gidsarak is taken, it will only be returned for the aforementioned apologies, and at that point, apologies will only return to Gidsarak, nothing else south of the system. You also have if we switch over to the war declaration on the Wasegi Guardians. Just give me a minute longer. Here we go. So apparently it's not a war declaration, it's a ward declaration. It will make them their ward. So, want to conquer all planets, destroy Wasegi fleets, and unveil Wasegi secrets. And they are paying Alpha for its assistance in war. A third of the resources produced by automated facilities in conquered territories, this monthly trade deal will be sent over. This deal cannot be terminated unless the kingdom loses control over Wasegi territories. Interesting. So yeah, they're teaming up against the Fallen Empire. Yep. Right. Transition back. Okay. So that's what's going on. Let's have a look. So Cosmic Singularity Echelon is just moving ahead. Let's see. Level war here. They have already pushed through most of their Fallen Empire there. Yep, the Wasegi Guardians only have 24,000 fleet power. Do not believe there's been a battle here. 0 ships lost, so yeah. So if we have a look, I believe that they would have claimed. Okay, so all the inhabited systems have been claimed. They haven't bothered to claim the extra systems. Yeah. Probably just building afterwards. So, let's see. They have a lot of fleets. Go back to the Kadu War though. Mostly seems to be a standstill, with the Kadu Republic wanting to hold on to Gidsarak, ensure that they hold on to it. Wondering if they're building up the
Situation log
station. They are with defensive platforms, so it looks like they intend to fight and not just give the original 3 systems. Although I have to say, with the fleets which I'm looking at right now, it does not look very promising for the United Kadu Republic. It is 1v2 attack, but they are pathetic as expected, and in terms of an inferior fleet there. So yes, congratulations to the Fatician Holy Kingdom for their war against the Segi Guardians, beating them. So that will be the which ones? They're the Spiritualist Fallen Empire. Yes.
Situation log updated.
Yeah. And it would appear. Oh, is it a total war, perhaps? It is a total war. Okay. They just hadn't taken the planet yet. That's why I was only occupied. Okay. Oh, I'm immediately just going for the Galactic Imperium. Okay. I have a couple of people in the Faticians are backing them. They've already gotten a permanent term. Oh dear. Which will remove their federations. So yes, that
enemy troops landing.
That's just landing here. Yeah, so from memory there is a so the Empire gets some special government thing. What is it called? It's the Galactic Core, I think. Imperial Core. Wait. That's not Imperial Core. And adopting an imperial government. So there is one specifically for the corporate authority. So we'll be able to use regular and corporate civics. All custodian perks remain. In addition, the Galactic Emperor cannot be attacked by Galactic Imperium members. And empires cannot leave the Galactic Imperium. So they will be able to enforce the Pax Galactica potentially, which might be why the Faticians are backing them. Dear. Yeah, still no Galactic fleet. maybe waiting until after the Imperium for that. Or I don't see why you wouldn't just get the Galactic fleet and then build it up to get even more Diplo weight, but oh well. I was not expecting them to go for the Imperium, especially not this quickly. Maybe after or like when you get in another crisis here, but I wasn't expecting it so quickly. Yeah. So they will epic shift towards Fanatic Authoritarian. So if we have a look at what they currently are, Spiritualist and Xenophile. Wondering which one will get replaced. Shift government types to Imperial and gain the Galactic Sovereign Civic. And gain the ability to upgrade the planetary capital of the Empire capital into an Imperial Palace. The Imperial Palace. And here I was getting ready to use the custodian background, but no, now we're going to have to use the Galactic Imperium one. So what is going on in the roleplay channel? The executors of Slug Labor and foremost chairman Xenoctli seeks to plead to the galactic community and foremost of the Titian High Kingdom to announce their support for the chosen of the goddess as a custodian, as it's demonstrated their principles and their hostility. Despite their supposed casus belli being for economic expansion, they were unable to fully push us in the corner and now enslave our peoples in their own home. Electing any of them custodian would be the worst mistake of our collective lifetimes. Actually, let's see. So any population actually, there was one currently taken. And, oh, yep. They may or may not be enslaved. Well, you the specialists aren't any better. Look, there's no slaves here. I do believe the adherents of the goddess have slaver guilds. They do not. They must have. It is chattel slavery. Indentured servitude. It would be the slugs in particular I'm looking for. Chattel slavery. That is a lot of slavery types. Oh, most people are slaves, except for the Thelnol and Neo-Thelnol. Pokemon, which is from Vilsky's Garden, and what is the Song of Reverence species again?
Situation log updated.
It's not the Australians. Right, let me just switch. So I do believe I go to this. The Quinlands. Okay, so if we go to Adherents of a Goddess and have a look at what their opinion on Quinlands is, if they have any. That was from one, this one. Quinlan, they do not appear to have any Quinlands. Well, if they don't have any Quinlands, they can't be enslaved, right? What are their default rights? Slaves. Of course. Slavery type is chattel slavery by default. This wrong one, this one. And it is on the floor. And it is heavily in favour. Although United Colonies of Man, United Cardew Republic, Blessed Concord, the Litarian Star Alliance, Tyrannic Confederation are opposed, despite some of their previous agreement to becoming the custodians. The Arcanist of Man is fully in favour of it though, as are their Federation members and the Petition and Entente of Justice. So every Federation member in the galaxy is in favour of the Galactic Imperium. They have taken Gitzerak. Oh. Let's see. And they are still at war, and the Cardew are at 100% war exhaustion. Fortunately, I did not see that fight, but oh, it is what it is. But yes, since the Cardew Republic did not return, or did not hand over the systems in the first place, systems they were supposed to receive, they will be losing everything south of Gitzerak for certain. Question is whether they will apologise and get Gitzerak back. The Blessed Concord also objects to this new proposal of the Galactic Imperium on all terms. They do not wish to be chained to the whims of a dictator like what happened to their own world. They fear for what might come of the galaxy and its people if any nation were to take such control. So yes, while people might have been fine with Custodian to better promote, say, Galactic Defense Force and others such measures, they are not in favour of the full-on Imperium claiming absolute control. So, let's see. I don't know what it is. A couple of years of Song of Reverence will be able to end the session early. For their own victory. Oh, they appear to have picked up an extra person. I believe it is the Litarian Star Alliance. Yes, you might have some people. Ooh. Actually, since as the custodian they'll be able to end it early, there might be people who don't know that and so wouldn't be able to leave. So if we go to, for example, Cosmic, let's say the United Colonies of Man. Let's say they do not want to be part of the Imperium, despite being friends with the Song and finding Tyrants of Goddess to be able to access these systems, to be able to connect to well, do you have a gateway? They do not have a gateway though, so they still rely on wormhole travel. So they'll be able to connect to humans. Yeah. They are also lacking some influence to be able to, but they will be able to in the future. Yes, so if they decide to leave to avoid it, they might not realise that they have to do it before the halfway point, at which point you seal your fate anyway. Well, either way, it's probably safe to assume that the fate is sealed halfway through the vote.
Situation log
Because that will... Yes, I have no doubt that they'll be able to do that. Yes. I'm surprised by how many people are in favour of this. Perhaps they've been promised permanent council seats. But some of them. Some of the others perhaps are just what is it? Just joining in, hoping for to be defended. In case it looks likely that we will have a Galactic Imperium, we are paused. It is perhaps the end of a session. Might not be. Who knows? It is the end of a session. And the rest of the Gaia worlds are turning into Gaia worlds. Yes, so we will be ending this news report here. Till next time, I've been Russian.